Hey there, folks. This is David on David's Brain. Welcome back to our ongoing Let's Play of Control for the PS4 on PS5. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, contribute to my Patreon, links in the description of the bomb. Stay inside, stay safe, wear a mask, get vaccinated. Okay, so looks like there's several HISS nodes around here. So, alright, yeah, last time we managed to reach the warehouse here. And, yeah, looks like there's a whole bunch of... Curiouser and curiouser, said the White Rabbit. Yeah, just uncovering a whole bunch of mysteries here. Aha! Well, isn't that just dandy? Alright, yeah, basically we're just still uncovering more of the Foundation's, more of the oldest house's little secrets here, including how the previous administrations was handling themselves. Surprisingly, it wasn't handling itself very well. Yeah, with Northmoor being an authoritarian asshole. And, yeah, with its head researcher, Ash Jr., well, basically being mostly dealing with years of bullying and passive aggression. Mostly dealing with years of bullying. Alright, anyways. Yeah, just gotta land right in that sweet spot. There we go. Alright, so yeah, there's more hiss barriers. And I can't access them right now. Let's see, is there anything else in here? Nope. Alright, the ritual in the warehouse.
Another etching, like the one I used to get in here.
Well, let's see where this takes us. Well, nowhere else to go here. Alright, so I guess that did it?
Is this the lock/key the board told me about?
Well, I'm guessing. And also, former stalking around here, so that can't mean anything good.
Just doing my job.
Well, thank you. Fuck off. That's what we like to hate to see.
First one down. Director Faden's got this covered.
That was not there before. Woof! Alright, so if that was level 3, I know there's a way to access level 4. Nah! I couldn't get the barrier up in time. Hmm. Alright, I got a theory here. Aha! Let's see, Meteor Hill Supplement. Let's see, AWE3. No per... Details. The retrieve material was ejected to Fellstrom's array for configuration 74-B, but the tests were halted as the matter began to physically elude the equipment. Attempts to constrain the element were made, but under further stress, it became vaporous. The researchers suffered corrosive injuries prior to their deaths. The child victims at Meteor Hill recounted the material enveloping them in a pleasant manner upon making contact, but when discovered, they were panicking and screaming. Bodily changes were perceived immediately. Deformities, loss of pigment in the skin and hair, and mental symptoms surfaced in subsequent examinations. Confusion, heightened aggression. The Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions gave statements claiming the incident was caused by debris from poorly made Russian satellites, which the public accepted with no complications. The children were sent to the Bureau's recuperation facility and to receive help, away from society. Alright, worst case scenario, I'll just come back and start exploring later. Hmm. Alright, I guess that's all we can do for now. Okay. Note to self, be careful with that. Alright, I think this area is clear for now. Hmm. Huh? Oh. So I got some agents here now. Cool.
This place reminds me of that cave we took the kids to last summer. We really need to go on another vacation.
Don't worry. You'll definitely be able to go on vacation once we get... you'll definitely be paying overtime for this. Ah, Emily, there you are.
Jesse, hey!
Emily, how did she get down here?
Good question.
What are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
Fine, whatever.
Takes everything in stride.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The astral plane is...
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the astral plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container. The bleed is localized to this area, but its growth rate seems steady. Given time, it will consume the entire Bureau, and possibly beyond.
That's what I'm here to stop. The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the astral plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or possibly some variation of anti-sympathy.
Whatever works.
Don't worry. I'll look into it. Did you notice all the Bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point. Do you think Darling knew about this?
I'd put money on it. That reminds me. Have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
That's not a good sign.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people.
Yeah.
But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime. And send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes.
Right, yeah, sure, I'll get right down to it. Alright, Pope's collection.
Jesse, you're back. So did you find anything noteworthy? The original Bureau expedition down here left so much interesting stuff behind.
Like their ID cards. I picked up a weird one. It's pretty old.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I found a few ID cards myself. Or, more accurately, the Rangers found them for me.
Are you starting a collection?
I'm going for the whole set. I kid, of course. But I suppose they are sort of like baseball cards, except for Bureau stuff from the 60s. Hey, the one you found is different than mine. It looks like it's a higher clearance level.
A rare one, then.
Ooh.
Want to keep it, Emily?
Yeah, I absolutely do. But I think you should hang on to it for now. High clearance access might come in handy.
Sounds like you have something in mind.
Guilty. See, I've been going through Dr. Ash's notes, or the ones I can find, anyway. Like Darling, he seemed to enjoy hiding his most relevant research. From what I gather, there is another floor beneath the warehouse with a special lab that requires 5 high-level staff members just to access.
Ah, there we go.
Here, take this. It's an old skeleton key. Something else the Rangers found. I give them $5 for every useful trinket they bring me.
I'm gonna assume this key is my ticket to that lower floor. And that super secret lab you mentioned.
Bingo bango, as Dr. Darling used to say.
Bingo bango bongo.
Eyes peeled for more ID cards around the warehouse. If Ash's notes are reliable, and I'm sure they are, then 5 is the magic number. All the tests I run on the nail keep coming back as nonsense, and a couple of my instruments have already broken.
Awesome.
Maybe we should take that as a sign to pack it in?
Nope.
I didn't take you for a quitter, Dr. Saba. There's a reason I packed a black rock-plated microscope. The Rangers have tapped into an old radio network they found around the Foundation. So if you need backup, just call them at one of the stations.
Alright, sweet. So, what'd you find out so far?
How did the Hiss get into the Foundation?
Same way we did, I imagine. But you need to remember that the Hiss are the embodiment of persistence. Their nature seems to be one of force, to find every possible vulnerability and exploit it. Their only goal is consumption.
I'm sure there's plenty of goodies for them down here. The nail, for instance.
And the board.
If the Hiss could corrupt the nail, I'm sure they would have by now. It must not interest them in its broken state. They could be distracted by the numerous unknown paranatural materials I'm sure are lying around. These are the roots of the oldest house. The Hills will find plenty of ways to make trouble.
They're pretty good at that.
Alright, so yeah, this astral bleed about the Bureau and everyone in it possibly getting crushed.
So you've never heard of the Foundation, huh?
I've never even seen the name referenced. Clearly it's highly classified, but for what reason? The problem with these kinds of closed-off hidden areas is that they were likely sealed for good reason. But now no one is left to tell us what that reason was.
Any guesses why the Bureau would hide something like this?
I only know what I've observed. This place is spatially rigid, which means it doesn't shift like the rest of the oldest house. And before you ask why that is, I have to admit that I'm clueless. There's some signal interfering with my equipment, making it hard to get a clear reading. It's being emitted from the floor. Maybe I should have brought a jackhammer.
The astral plane is already taking chunks out of this place, Emily. Let's not add to it.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. The Hiss prisons.
So let me get this straight. The astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation.
Correct.
And that's happening because the nail is damaged.
Uh-huh.
I'd say it's a bit more than damaged, but yes, that is my understanding.
So what's the connection between the nail and the astral plane?
It's a good question. See, I always pictured objects of power as strings between our plane and the astral. If the nail has a similar relationship, then maybe it's more accurate to think of it like plumbing. Now that the nail is busted, sewage is gushing everywhere.
Not the prettiest metaphor.
But it is apt.
I should get back out there.
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
Yep, once again, just gotta go and take care of all the dirty business. Alright, Pope tells Jesse about the 5 old Bureau ID cards needed to access Dr. Ash's restricted lab below the warehouse. Alright, well, let's head back there and see if we can, let's see what we can find. Oh boy. Hmm. Aha!
This ID card was for an excavation engineer. Why did so many people abandon their cart? From the layer of dust on this place, nobody's swept here in years. Not even Ati. No way he'd stand for this.
Oh,
There's
well,
an
hey.
elevator, which I'm sure is super safe. In a space in each terminal for an ID card. But which card goes where?
Well, to be fair, Ati's on vacation right now. You honestly expect him to come back and clean this up? Ah. Alright, let's see. Dr. Theodore Ash Jr., Group 26. Hank Wilder, the Security Chief, Group 6. Marcus Talbot, Senior Cartographer, Group 20. Lead Physicist, Dr. Gustav Frenzel, Group 11. Chief Excavation Engineer, Louis McNary, Group 3. Maybe there's something around here that gives us a clue. Or maybe we should match the cards matching to their desks. Alright, yeah, for example, this is where the chief senior chartographer goes. I'm guessing security chief. All these books here. I'm guessing that's Dr. Ash. Let's see. Ash, request deny. To Dr. Ash from Louis McNary. Subject, out of your damn mind. Dr. Ash, as Chief Excavation Officer, it's my job to support the research team. So I got you your machine for that ridiculous quote-unquote sand research project. However, it's also my responsibility to ensure the safety of my crew. Do you know how many trips it took to get an entire bulldozer down here piece by piece? Or do you know how many of my guys we lost in those trips? Here's a hint. Too fucking many! Which brings me to my point. I'm writing you today because of this request form that just landed on my desk. Apparently, you want, quote, a lightweight 1 or 2 man military-grade helicopter for the purpose of surveying the vast expanse of columns by air. I bet you didn't even stop to wonder how much time, money, effort, and blood this toy would cost us. Well, no, sir, I am sorry, but I will not subject my men for another month of marching through that death trap upstairs. For Christ's sake, these people have families, not that they ever get to see them anymore. Request denied. Louis McNary. Yep, right there, Louis.
Physicist would probably have instruments or something for physics. It worked.
Bingo.
Now I just have to get on a rickety elevator that goes who knows how far down.
Sounds safe.
way tinier than any of Darling's.
Though, yeah, probably should get Atty down here. Just, oh, hello. I think we're safe. Alright, nothing down here.
Why would they need such a heavy door down here?
Whatever it is, can't be good. Oh boy. Oof. Yeah, that was definitely a hiss that got... Oh, yeah. Oof.
This looks like the nail, only mini.
A hangnail?
A document. Is this in some kind of code? I can't read a word of it. I should take this back to Emily and tell her I got into Ash's secret lab.
Let's see, Northmoor final warning. Let's see, to Dr. Theodore Ash, Jr. As Director of the Federal Bureau of Control and chosen representative liaison benefactor of the greater authority of the Board, I demand your immediate withdrawal from the Foundation. Prior memos issued broadly to Foundation staff call for swift reassignment to all personnel to the upper levels of the House. All staff complied except you. This demonstrates a lack of respect for my office and the board itself. This is their house, and we are their guests. We should conduct ourselves accordingly. Normally such insubordination would be grounds for dismissal, but, out of respect for your late father, consider this instead my final warning. The board and Director Ash chose me as successor to the office, and no amount of petulance will change that. Indeed, your actions seem to suggest you know better than myself, and by extension, better than the board. Permit me to assure you that this is not possible. Sincerely, Director Broderick Northmoor. Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he was just waiting for Trench to go and light him up. Alright, let's see if Emily can make heads or tails of this. Yeah, Northmoor's even started to talk and sound like the board.
I found Ash's secret lab.
Excellent. Please tell me everything. Spare no details.
Well, there was another cave. The walls were covered in paintings of eyeballs. The research seemed dedicated to studying a kinda smaller version of the nail. It looked like the same material as the one up here, but just a different shape.
Well, are you sure you didn't see any functioning prototypes? Or at least some schematics?
Nope.
I mean, Dr. Ash was a very accomplished engineer.
None. Sorry. I did find this handwritten note.
Wow. Ash had terrible handwriting. Never meet your heroes, right? It looks like a transcribed conversation between Ash and someone named F. Ooh. Oh, this is juicy.
F.
It'll take me days to parse out. Maybe weeks.
Have you ever thought about taking a vacation, Emily?
Are you kidding? This is my vacation, Jesse.
No, I mean, like, literal. No, really, just get away from this for some time. Jeez. Well, whatever makes her happy, I guess. Yeah, she kind of strikes me as a person that would probably go insane just from sitting on the beach. Or maybe she's spent her time on the beach trying to analyze all the different types of sand.
Crystals, cave paintings, rust-filled sand. This place is a research gold mine.
I should get back out there.
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
Well, at least one of us is having fun with us. Me, I'm just trying to make sure that the Foundation doesn't just completely collapse in on itself, but, you know, whatever. Alright. I think we've had enough for today. Alright, just gonna head on back up, gonna change out my wardrobe, or maybe not, whatever. And then, let's see, gonna head on over to, where is it again? Oh yeah. Let's see, the base camp. Let's see. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to get over there and deal with all the wonders and goodies over there. So, till next time, folks, this is David on David's Brain. Stay inside, stay safe, wear a mask, get vaccinated. Bye-bye.